Joe Rogan had to take down a post inadvertently spreading some misinformation about the conflict in Ukraine. Here is the post that he originally put up. It's a CNN post saying intelligence agencies around the world have spotted American actor Steven Seagal among Russian special forces positioned around the outskirts of Gostomel Airport near Kyiv, captured by Russian airborne troops. To which he put the caption, "If I had to guess the plot of this effed up movie we're living through, I would say we're about 14 hours from the arrival of the aliens." So he eventually did take this down because, and I want to be very clear about this, Steven Seagal is not currently fighting for Russia in Ukraine. Neither is Jackie Chan or Mark Dacascos. None of the great action stars of our age are currently fighting over there. We're checking on John Wick. He might be doing some sort of independent operation. So anyway, Joe Rogan put up a new post saying, "I deleted my earlier post about Steven Seagal being in Ukraine because it was parody," which isn't surprising, but honestly, it wouldn't be surprising if it was true either. And Sabrina, I want to ask you, is he 100% wrong? Like, it's a ridiculous parody, but Steven Seagal, kind of crazy. Like maybe, like everybody falls to misinformation sometimes. Is Joe Rogan 100% guilty here in believing that headline?
Well, it's just this. If he only looked at the screenshot, and that was, I don't get it. But
he did only look at the screenshot because he'd know if he looked into it that ain't true. But continue.
No. But the fact that even upon taking it down, that like he kind of somewhat doubled down and was just like, but it could be true. I wouldn't be surprised if it was true. It's like, that's just the most Joe Rogan thing to do, even when it's proved that what you were just talking about was debunked, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, I think it is actually. And I will say not only is it the ultimate Joe Rogan thing, it is my preferred Joe Rogan thing. If Joe Rogan is going to be spreading misinformation, this feels like fairly innocuous misinformation in comparison to stuff about masks or vaccines or God knows what, climate change, who gets to identify as black. I prefer this sort of thing, honestly, because the only victim maybe is Steven Seagal. And I've long since stopped caring about that. So if he's gonna do it, it should be about this. By the way, before the original post was deleted, it garnered over 400,000 likes and 11,000 comments. And he did the right thing. He deleted it and he put up a correction. However, how many of the people who clicked like on that will see the correction, will not come away spreading the idea that Steven Seagal is going undercover, doing judo to Zelensky or something like that? That's sort of my fear there.
Wow. Yeah, I don't think a lot of people are going to see that correction either.
Yeah. By the way, final thing. No, continue.
No, I was just going to say, like you said, like it's the least harmful compared to him spreading like the vaccine misinformation and not even issuing like as many corrections. So that was all. I was just agreeing with you.
Exactly. Yeah. Now, and I also want this to serve as just a reminder. Just like search a little bit extra. Like that's the sort of thing where it would have only taken about a minute to know for sure. And I get it. Like there's a lot of stuff that hits and it's like, oh geez, like what if I had told you that there was a grandma telling the Russians if those Fs come here, we're gonna blow them up with our Molotovs. Well, that was real. That was real. So is it any crazier? Just check. Just check. Especially if you are incredibly influential, if you have the ability to generate 400,000 likes on. I mean, I can make claims about aliens fighting in Kyiv, ain't gonna hit millions of people before I can delete it, you know? That's all I'm saying.
Check out the Damage Report podcast each day, wherever you get your podcasts, whether Pocket Casts or Stitcher or iTunes. You can join me as I give you the news and stories you want, with a range of co-hosts and interview guests jumping in on the fun each day. Again, that's the Damage Report, wherever you get your podcasts. And if you get them at iTunes, don't forget to rate and review. Sometimes I'll read them live on the show.